Lots of people want to move to North Idaho, but the question is, should you? That's what we're going to cover in this week's episode of Living Life in North Idaho, so stick around. What's up, guys? My name is Trent, and this is Kevin, and this is Living Life in North Idaho, and we are here to answer the question, should you move to North Idaho? Now, there's a lot of reasons why people want to move here. Obviously, it's beautiful out here. We're down...
Gorgeous day.
Gorgeous day. We've got the Coeur Resort in the background. The lake is absolutely still and beautiful. The sun is setting. So we've got nature. We have the sportsman's paradise with fishing and hunting. It's hiking and biking. It's absolutely awesome. So
tons to do.
Tons to do. So it's obvious why people want to move here, but here's some of the reasons why you probably shouldn't. Here, we are a right-to-work state, and we go off of the federal minimum wage, which is $7.25 an hour. So if you are a unskilled, untrained, or generally unmotivated person, this is not going to be a very good place to live.
No, I mean, you got a median home price that's $430,000, and you're not going to get there at a minimum wage job.
Absolutely not. And there's a lot of jobs here, but most of them are fairly low paying. Unfortunately, the job market has really not caught up with the housing market, and so you do have a significant gap. Now, that's not to say that no one should move here. It's just if you are in that category of unskilled or untrained or unmotivated, this is not going to be the place for you.
Tons of jobs in the hospitality industry and stuff, but most of them are starting at minimum wage.
That's right. Next, Kevin, what do you got?
Well, weather-wise, a lot of people complain about the long winters and the lack of sun. And, I feel like we get a lot of sun here, 174 days worth. But, and I'm a winter sports guy. I got my, snowboarding, my snow biking, snowmobiling, ATV tracking. Tons to do, but if you're going to move here, pick up a winter sport. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable the whole winter.
So I agree with most of what Kevin said. I experience the winter blues every single year. I've been here 29 years. This year I decided I'm going to load up on vitamin D. It helped a little bit, but I enjoy the sun. This, right now, I'm in heaven. And so even though, 174 days of sun, we can go sometimes 2, 3, 4 weeks without that bright orange bulb in the sky.
190 days.
190 days. So if the warm weather and sunshine is something that you absolutely need to be happy and feel glad where you live, this is not the place for you. Next, we should definitely talk a little more about the winter. So in addition to not having much sunshine, we can have some pretty severe winters. Now, most of the winters, they're pretty mild, but living here 29 years, we've probably had a few years at least where it was insane. We're talking about 2-lane roads being turned into 1 lane because there was so much snow. They didn't have anywhere else to put it. And so if you are not the strongest driver, don't like kind of adverse weather conditions for driving.
You have a bad back and you can't shovel snow, probably not the good spot.
That's a good point as well. So that is something that you definitely need to consider. All right, last thing that you need to know, if you are someone that thinks that you can just come up here, you're gonna get a loan for a mortgage and you're gonna find a house and everything's just gonna go super smoothly, that's not happening.
There's definitely a lack of inventory and trying to find a house for $250,000, those days are gone now.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned before, median home prices $430,000. So 300 and up is where you got to start.
300 and up. Also, you are going to be competing. Anything under 400,000, 500,000, you are competing with quite a few people that are trying multiple offers.
Cash offers.
Yeah, cash offers. So if you think like, oh, well, I've got this loan and, I can have some contingencies, maybe I can ask them to pay closing, that's not going to happen. And you should know that coming up here, you are going to maybe have a bit, it's going to be a bit of a struggle to get a house if you are in that category. So those are the reasons why we would say probably not the best place for you to move to. Now guys, before I forget, because I bet you thought I did, if this is your first time to our channel, please make sure you check out some of our other videos. And if learning all things about what life is like here in North Idaho, please make sure you tap the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that way when we come out with a new video, you get notified.
Follow us.
Yeah, and if you are serious about wanting to move here, please make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. We love helping people get set up here because this is one heck of a place to live. Now, we've given you all the reasons why you probably shouldn't move here. Here are some reasons why you should. Now, if you are someone that is retiring, you're gonna be retiring in the next few years, this is a great place to live because you have your retirement built up. You're not reliant on the jobs and the income of this place. So ultimately your dollar is gonna stretch further here. And
you've typically already had built up some equity in your home that you've probably just sold to move here. So now you've got money to put down on a place, because coming here without a down payment on a home, it's tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. So with that said, if you're someone that has a large cash reserve because you sold your house where you lived in a big city, California, Seattle, Portland, this is gonna be great because you can come here, you can make a cash offer, and you're ready to offer a little over asking, which is pretty much what's happening right now for a lot of the homes.
Cash is king, man. Cash offers pretty much trump anything else.
Absolutely. So another reason why moving here would be a good idea is if you own a business or you are starting a business. North Idaho is very, very business friendly, especially compared to some of our neighboring states. So a lot of new businesses are getting started here, and it's really, that's gonna be what helps with our economy and help raise the income so that there's not such a big gap in income and wages.
Not nearly as many hoops and things to jump through to set up a business. Taxes are much more simpler and easy to deal with versus some of the other states around. So yeah, great, very business friendly state.
Yeah, and probably the last category for someone who should move here, if you can work remotely. If you have a high paying job at a startup or a tech company, this is paradise. And that's ultimately, I think, what's really happening right now because of the pandemic, because of the lockdowns. A lot of people saw, hey, I can move to Idaho, I can afford to live there, I still make my great money from my job in California or Seattle, and I get to live in paradise for a lot cheaper than what it costs to live over there.
Companies like the Innovation Collective right in downtown Coeur d'Alene have kind of found themselves on people that work remotely and are in the tech industry.
That's right. So guys, that hopefully answers your question. Should you move to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho? Now there are other towns in Idaho where the median home price is a little bit lower, but what you gotta do is you gotta reach out to us. You gotta let us know what your lifestyle is like, or the lifestyle that you're looking for, what your budget is like. We know this area like the back of our hands, and we can help you guys get set up here, but you have to reach out first. So
contact us, let us know what you're looking for. If you need to find a more affordable place to live, you know, we've got places out in the Silver Valley and even up north, you know, in other areas, Boundary County, that are going to be much more affordable than Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, and especially for remote workers. I mean, if I could work remotely, that's exactly where I would be living, and is in a small town like Plummer or St. Mary's, where I can get my 5 acres, I get my shop, no one around to bug me. That's the lifestyle that we can offer up here, but you got to reach out. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure that you subscribe so with our next video, you get notified. And we'll talk to you later. All right.